Okay, hello guys. Nice to see you here. We had some technical difficulties on our last version, but we're up and running again, so thanks for your patience. So my name is Chelsea. You guys know me, but for anybody who will watch this video in the future, I'm recruitment manager at Columbia College, and I'm also involved in the Columbia College's charitable purposes, in which we have been running some bursary programs for students in the past. So with me right now, I have two students who are Columbia College alumni, Imad and Hossam. Do you guys want to introduce yourself and say hello?
Sure. My name is Imad Kashto. I'm a former student at Columbia College, the bursary program. I studied there for 2 years. I completed my English studies, did some prerequisite for my computer science program at SFU, and I'm currently in my third year doing the SFU computer science program.
Great.
My name is Kashto, his brother. I'm also a former student at Columbia College, and currently I'm a denture student in CDI.
Perfect. Right. So yeah, you guys answered my question. I was going to ask, how do you know each other? You are siblings. And so who was the first person to start with us at Columbia College?
It was me back in May 2017 through Fatin. He told me about the bursary program, and I applied. And I first started with the ESL program. I started at the 097 level, and I worked my way up from there.
Perfect. And then you've brought along some other members of your family into the program, that's correct?
Starting with Hossam and ending with Salah.
Okay,
Yep,
perfect.
I joined 2 semesters after Imad. Yep.
And you went into the high school program, right, Hossam? Or did you, no, you started in English first?
I started in English in ESL at the 096 level, and then a few semesters after that, I moved to the high school program.
Perfect. And how long did it take you guys to kind of finish your program at Columbia College?
The ESL took me about a semester or two. I did 097 and I did 099. After that, I started taking math, computer science, prerequisite, and first year courses for my SFU transfer.
Right. And Hossam, did you finish up to English 12 or Communications 12?
I finished up to Communication 12 in the high school program.
Perfect. And that was enough to satisfy your graduation requirements, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
For me, I studied up to English. I studied English 101. It's also the first year prerequisite for computer science.
Perfect. Great. And so so this is kind of how you started, where you ended. I'm just going to backtrack a little bit into sort of your restarting your educational journey. So do you guys mind sharing a little bit about where you came from and where you moved before Canada and how long it took you to kind of start your education in Canada again?
We originally were from Syria, from a city called Latakia on the coast of Syria. I studied up to I barely finished my high school. My family was apart. So my dad was in Lebanon, was finishing my high school in Syria, and then we moved to Lebanon in back 2015. We stayed there for a couple of years, during which we didn't have any education, anything at all. 2017, we came to Canada, and I was lucky enough to hear about the bursary program in Columbia College sooner than other people. So when I came to Canada, it was a couple months for me that I was already studying in Columbia College, which is a good thing, given the fact I was 2 years off school.
Right. And Hossam, did you go into the public system first, or did you come right into Columbia College?
So when I first came to Canada, my English level wasn't that great. I wanted to go to like a regular high school first, but at the time when I came to Canada, it was like at the end of the year, so it was difficult for me to join high school. So I started learning at the English Learning Center. I learned a little bit, like a very beginner level English, and then Imad was in Columbia College already, so after that I joined him, and we didn't go to like the public high school.
Okay, and so both of you had sort of an interruption in your studies while you were in Lebanon. You weren't able to continue your high school there. Is that correct?
Yeah, we didn't study in Lebanon.
Perfect. And is that because people who have refugee status within Lebanon are unable to go to school, or was there just some other situation that you were not able to enroll?
There was, like, we were not legally permanent resident per se, but
Mhm.
at the same time, we cannot go back to the war in foreign country. So it was better to keep a low profile and not go to school for us because
Right.
there were some security issues, some risk going out to school. There were some afternoon or night schools for Syrian people, but it was not at the same level that the Lebanese student would be studying at.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you probably were out of school for a good 2 full years. And so when you applied to come to Canada through a refugee resettlement program, how long did that process take from when you entered Lebanon to coming to Canada? Do you remember?
It took us a while. I don't remember per se, but it definitely took us a year or two, a year and a half. Like we applied the moment we went to Lebanon, like 2016, we applied, but it was or maybe at the end of 2015, but it wasn't until 2017 when we got approved and resettled.
And did that happen very quickly when you had approval? Like, did it take quite a
Um,
few months or years or?
when we heard back from them, it took us about 6 months to be fully resettled in Canada between health tests and immigration. We went to the embassy also. There were some questions we had to answer, and I mean the process all in all about 5 to 6 months.
Okay, so still a substantial amount of time, but not years and years. So that's good news.
That's after we were approved. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were already there for some time, and then you got your approval, but then it moved quite quickly. Okay, that's good. So then you entered Canada, and we're going to get into your education again, but just briefly, can you guys kind of give a little bit of a understanding of how those first 2 or 3 months were? Like, what time of year do you remember you arrived in Canada? Like, did you have lots of support? Were you just with your family? Sort of just a few comments on that.
It was really difficult not knowing where to go, what to do. Everything is new language, new surroundings, new culture. It was really difficult knowing where to go. But as soon as I got the chance to go to Columbia College, I had a clear path and I knew what I should do, and it was much easier for me, especially because I got the help in the English in the language side, and also I had the counselors to help me planning for my future, for my next steps, where to go, what colleges to go to, which colleges offer the best program, the best transfers from Columbia College. It helped me really a lot.
And we also came here during a time similar to this, like
Mhm.
winter, Christmas. So it was also a shock for us in terms of weather, because like we never saw snow before. Came here, we first landed in Calgary. It was like the snow there was a shock for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think
Yeah.
in 2017, Vancouver got a big amount of snow, more than usual in 2017.
Yeah, that was a really bad year for snow in Canada, because we always tell people, don't worry, it doesn't snow in Vancouver. And then some years we're like, oh, sorry, there's so much snow happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, I mean, this is sort of, the typical route, you have these couple months of you don't know what's happening, but it's all happening at one time. And so Imad, you were quite fortunate that you met Fatin. And for those who
Yeah.
don't know, Fatin is one of the staff members at Columbia College. He's a business professor, and he's also Syrian, right? Is this how you were connected to each other?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's really great. So in the beginning, Columbia College had kind of just introduced a couple of seats for a bursary program, responding to particularly the Syrian refugee crisis and there was a large wave of refugee resettlement that came into Canada in 2016, 17, and 18 as a result of that. So we first started off with a couple students and seeing their success. Most students were like you, started off in the bursary program in English first, and then moved into academic programs. So can you guys reflect a little bit on how, that first semester of being in formal English training was? Like, were you prepared? Were you over your head? Or just explain a little bit the support you got from the English department or the ELC, pardon.
It was pretty interesting. I wouldn't say I was prepared, but I was pretty happy that I started to continue my education again. It was a bit difficult to start to learn again after like a long period of not going to school and stuff. but everything was very clear. The path was like drawn very clearly in front of me in Columbia College, so stuff were kind of easy to figure out. It wasn't that tough, yeah.
It was definitely a new experience for me, but the class environment and the teachers at Columbia College made it much, much easier on us, especially in the ESL, where you're not particularly getting complex information or not getting something hard, but it feels hard because it's new for you and you're learning in a new language. It was a new experience for me, but I got through because of the good teacher. I remember Susan there; she helped me a lot. Julie, Tina, and all the teachers
Great teachers.
great teachers. They really help us um, with our struggle at the time. By the time I finished my ESL, I had much more confidence in my English skills with life in general.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think that's common of a lot of newcomers to Canada, regardless if you're, a refugee or if you're an international student. That first semester and that first introduction, it's like a roller coaster, right? Then once you settle, you get to know the teachers, you learn, what sort of space you have to have discussion and sort of support. And then from there, it just gets a lot more smooth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so basically, you guys finished the ELC, which is at 097, and then you started into your academic program. So, Imad, you were doing a computer science and sort of mostly math in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I did English, math, and computer science. In particular, I did these three because I know that was the three prerequisites for entering SFU. That was my goal starting after finishing the English program. So I took a couple computer science courses. I also took English, couple English classes. I took math to calculus 2, I think. Yeah, to calculus 2.
Right. Yeah, and Hossam, did you know what you wanted to do at post-secondary before you started your high school academic classes? Like, did you know you wanted to do this dentist program, or were you exploring a little bit?
I knew I wanted to go into the medical field, but I didn't know what exactly I wanted. I was thinking a bit of a nurse, maybe a doctor, but I didn't have that patience to study so many years for a doctor.
Especially after its disruption, right? You had a couple years taken away from you, and to think of that long of a journey, it's overwhelming.
That's true. And after searching some stuff up, and then I met this one guy. He's a dentist too, and he told me about the program here and how successful you could be if you studied such a program here. And also, my dad is a dentist, so it was convenient for me to go into this program here. So in future, I can work with my dad and it would be successful, hopefully.
So is that your goal then, when you're done your program, to start a family practice?
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully. Well, not soon. It takes some time, but that's the plan.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it helps probably too, at least you guys had some support in your family, right, to pursue your education. Is that sort of true? It was kind of really important to get this going.
Yes, that was the main reason our family chose to resettle. For our education. That was the main reason.
That's good. Good. Well, we're glad you were able to get right back on track then with everything. So I guess just coming back to the transition from English into your first academic program, can you reflect a little bit on how that very first semester was? Like, was it, again, another learning curve, another culture shock, or was it quite smooth of a transition for you?
It was pretty smooth, I would say. I was really prepared after the ESL program, and after doing the 099, it was a step-by-step transition. The 099 wasn't as much as an ESL, and also wasn't as much as a college class. So it was a very, very gradual and easy to go through a process. Also, the 100 was more formal than the 099, but still not very, very hard or we were graded, our grades were dealt with as college students, but the teachers were very helpful as well. They knew the process we're going through, so it was very smooth for me. To be honest, I got a lot of help.
I would say the same. After experiencing the ESL, we kind of get to know the education system here, how it works. So it wasn't much of a struggle after the ESL. everything was clear to us.
Don't get me wrong, the college life is much different, but it was kind of expected after the ESL. We were prepared.
Yeah, and because you guys had it was a full-time English program, and as you said, you went to 098, 099. Hossam, yours was different because you went the high school route. But Imad, in your situation, you gradually introduced more academic courses. It wasn't just like, boom, you're done, ESL, let's start full English and full university courses, right? That's good. So I guess my question for you is, when you look at yourself now, did you believe you'd be sitting where you are today when you first came to Canada? Did you think that this would be possible?
Definitely not. When I first came and I learned that the student loans and how much a big a deal it is to study in here, I was really disappointed. I wasn't expecting to be where I'm at today. Not in a million years. I was really desperate and wasn't know what to do. That like Columbia College, the bursary program was a huge help for us, and it gave us more hope and help us to continue our studies.
That's good. Hossam, what about you?
I would say the same. Like the very first few months, like it was a shock. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what I wanted to do. So I also was depressed and stuff. Like when you first come to a new country, you don't know nothing. So it's a bit difficult. And I didn't want to go to public high school because like all the rumors I hear and stuff. I wasn't ready for it. But as he said, after going into the bursary program, we started to get engaged more and more into the community here, and stuff started to get easier a bit after a bit. So myself here right now.
That's good. Yeah, I honestly remember the day I met both of you. I remember it. I remember sitting there, and Imad, you were quite clear from the beginning, right? You knew you wanted to go into computer science and you had this sort of track, but I now look at you guys sitting here and the confidence and what you've accomplished. And I remember that day, when you came in, and I think you should be so, so, so proud of yourself. You've really come so far, especially just in English, right? Because that's the first huge barrier that students have to overcome. And then, you touched on it, the financial implications of going to post-secondary is huge, right? So you finished Columbia College, and then do you guys think you could elaborate a little bit on what happened next? You said you went to SFU, and Hossam, you went to CDI. How was that transition, that first semester, to the next level?
To be honest, the transition for me was a bit interesting. So I finished my Columbia College. I took a semester off. I worked for a while because my family needed some financial help. But I finished my Columbia College by the end of 2019 because I took the semester off. Early 2020, it was my first semester in the SFU. The first couple of months, I was really overwhelmed. The right word would be because of how much the bigger scale is, the university life, and how much stuff I have to worry about. And there's no more Columbia College counselors to help me one-on-one, this kind of stuff. So I was trying to adapt the first couple of months, and then COVID came, and then we switched to online, and we hit a bump again. So hopefully things get.
Yeah. What about you, Hossam?
For me, it's a bit of a different experience. So as I told you, at the middle of my high school experience in Columbia College, I kind of knew where I wanted to go. So I started searching about my program and stuff. And I knew when the thing in my school is the program starts only once every few years because it's such a small program. So there was a deadline to register in the college. So I knew when I have to end my studies in Columbia College and go there. So I finished from Columbia College, and when there was like only 2 weeks break, I started my semester there immediately.
I remember it was a bit complicated for him because he had the prerequisite he had to finish, and he had only 2 weeks. He took like a 2 weeks class every day for all the day just to.
I had to finish the prerequisite.
So it was 14 days every day school.
Crazy, because you were entering a cohort, right? And so you had to have everything ready before, right?
Yeah.
And then how was that first semester of classes? Was it similar environment to Columbia? Was it way more intense? What was sort of the differences or similarities?
It was a little bit more intense, a bit more difficult, and like a lot more information. But I was very excited for the program, so I was ready for it. I was prepared, and yeah, I got to know more stuff, more new people, and things got better. Yeah.
And so, Imad, you brought up COVID, right? You guys left the comforting, little school of Columbia College, all the support systems. You kind of spread your wings and went to the next level, and then boom, COVID, right?
Yeah.
Another huge barrier for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Can you, what did that feel like? Did you kind of have any sort of like, oh, not again, or like, what is the world doing to me? Like, what was that sort of, studying online?
I wouldn't lie if I don't think internally this way. Like again, and I have to struggle again and wait again. But the online schooling program is helping a bit, especially for Hassam. It worked best for him more than me, to be honest. Online school had me struggle taking less and less courses until we go back to school. I'm hoping next year we should be able to go back to school and I get back on my to finish my studies sooner than later. For Hussam, he was more he adapted the online school more than we did. It's just something I don't have control over. I'm a person who enjoys going to class and
Definitely.
giving 100% attention to the teacher. Like I disengage from everything around me and then just focus on the class. And on the screen, it's a different experience for me.
It is for sure, right? And I mean, I think you said it yourself. Some students love it and some hate it, right? I know we're experiencing it with all students right now. It's a challenge, and even for us professionally, right? I'm in my house, right? I don't get to see you anymore. I don't get to talk to students. I don't get to do anything. And you know me, I was away for half of the year traveling, and all of that changed, right? So I think the one part of this is that it's happening to all of us instead of just you guys or your country or a conflict, right? And so we all, I know it's frustrating, but at least, you guys are moving forward and you're still proceeding with your next levels of studies, right?
We're best. We're doing everything.
Yeah. Perfect. And so I guess, guys, what's the plan for the future? So you've got, Imad, you've got probably a year and a half of school left?
Hopefully, yes. Currently working part-time. Well, for now, I'm working full-time and taking part-time classes. Next year, the goal is to switch to full-time studies and part-time work. Hopefully, if the things gets better and I get to go back to school, doing that will put me back on track to finish within a year and a half, hopefully. And after that, I'm planning to find a job and get my fiance here. I'm engaged.
Congratulations. That's exciting. So a little bit extra layer of pressure now, right? You really got to get that life going. Hey, well, congratulations. Hopefully he or she will arrive soon. Sorry. And Hossam, what's on the high hopes for you? Where do you see yourself, in a couple of years? And how long is your program going to take to finish now?
So prior to COVID, we were supposed to graduate next year, but because of the COVID and the pandemic, things got delayed. As you know, the insurance is a practical program, so you gotta work with patients, and it's very difficult with COVID. We're still trying to work with patients, but very carefully, and it's a lot slower than what it was before.
Yeah, and patients' mouths, right? Not just patients, their mouth.
Yeah. So a lot of precaution here, and things are going a lot slower than was planned. So probably it will take us a bit, like a year and a half to 2 years more to graduate. And so hopefully in 2022, I will become an insurance, and then we'll try to find a place to practice.
That's so exciting. And Hossam, are you working as well or just studying?
I am working part-time, plus my full-time studies. Yes.
Yeah, so you guys got full plates, always have a full plate, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Salah here Salah here is ready to join us if you want.
Cool. So,
Who
who is Salah? Tell us about Salah.
Salah, you wanna come?
Salah, you wanna come? Introduce yourself. Salah is our younger sibling. He joined Columbia College recently, and he's going the high school path, the same way Hussam did, and he's learning about his passions in Columbia College. He still doesn't know where he's going for in the future.
Yeah.
I can switch over. Come over here. You just come here.
Hi, Salah. How are you?
It's a bit of a tight place, so
That's okay. Nice to see you. So this is why this was really exciting for us to reach out to talk to you guys, because you're a whole family, right? Imad came in through university, finished, moved on. Hossam was next, and so Salah, you're the last of the Kashto family. How does it feel?
I don't know.
You should know better. His English is much better than ours. He came here young. He should be able to talk more, but I think he's shy.
Hey, it's okay. And Salah, we're just getting to know each other, right? So I joke around with your brothers a lot because I've known them for a couple years. So one day we'll know each other much better. But so you've come into Columbia College in the high school in COVID. And so that means 100% online or a bit of face-to-face classes in high school. How is it going for you?
I guess it's not the best, but it's going okay.
It's tough. No, I know, and it's okay to be honest. We know it's not going to be the best, right? This is the reality. But can you just explain to us a little bit why you chose to transfer out of the school you were in into Columbia College? Because you were in a public high school before, right?
I heard from my brothers that it's better. The teaching there is better, and it's faster to finish the high school courses, so I can take a program or something that I want to do in the future. So
he also lost a year when he attended public school, so he moved back here. So hopefully this will put him back on track. People at his age to continue to study.
Right. And so that's sort of a part of it, right? That a lot of students in the public system kind of just get pushed along, or there's just some complications that come along. And so Columbia College's semester system, is that what was attractive to you? That you can take like a certain amount of courses in 4 months and then move along instead of losing the whole year?
Yes, that's basically it. Yeah. You can feel free to use more words, but I'm helping.
That's okay. That's totally okay. And so, Salah, how has the online learning experience been so far? Has it been, are you finding that you're getting support from your teachers just in a different way? Because even if you were in the public system, it would be face-to-face, but a bit of online as well.
Yeah, I guess, I'm getting help. So, I don't know. It's a lot different from the high school online system, because in the high school online system, they didn't do before, like in the beginning of COVID, they didn't do like a Zoom or team video class thing. So it was just they just give us homework and then we have to do it. We don't face time or anything. So in Columbia College here, we have like a class Zoom system, so it's
more school life.
I
can talk to the teacher, to my classmates, and I can.
So you're kind of getting a hybrid model, right? Like the online, but you still can come for face-to-face. But even if you are studying from home, you are able to get the sort of support, because you can ask those questions in real time, right? Like you can talk to your classmates still, but be a little bit more safe in the comfort of your home with COVID, right? Yeah. So, I mean, you're almost finishing up your first semester. So, it's difficult to kind of say how you feel in the very beginning, right? Because you're still learning and freaking out and everything's changing and COVID's changing and all of that. But what's your first impression so far of Columbia? Do you feel like you made the right move to switch schools, or are you still not quite sure on that end?
I do think that I made the right move because I really want to finish. I want to get back on track and finish the high school as soon as possible. So I think I did the right move. Yeah.
Perfect. And how long do you think it'll take you to finish high school?
A couple semesters. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. That's good, guys. There's no oops, the headphone. Sorry. I've got these wireless ones and my ears doesn't work all the time.
Right.
But yeah, no, I guess that's really it, guys. It's just so exciting for me to be able to see three of you here, right? And in the time, walking back to when I first met Imad, and then Hossam came through, and Hossam graduated, and now Salah's here. Like it's really really cool to see you guys each other and your family pursuing, the academic endeavors, and you all have different paths, right? But at least you're able to kind of come into one common school, and people, you say Kashto, they know Hassan, they know Imad, right? Like they know you guys. So I think that's what's cool about the Columbia College is that we're a little family, right? A good support.
That's true, yeah.
I still remember.
That's what I love about it. Yeah.
We still remember all the teachers. From time to time, we still have communication. I used to visit them pre-COVID when I had time. When Hassam still was attending, I used to visit them from time to time and say hi.
That's good. Well, even though the school is closed, we're all still here. We're all still a part of the family, and we want you guys to feel comfortable and come by whenever you can. And that was why you guys are my first target to talk to, right? When we're talking about this program overall. So yeah, any last minute words, anything you want to say, highlights, also, if there's anything you want to say to students that might be in your position right now that are just arriving in Canada or, trying to figure everything out in the context of COVID as well. So this is your last shot, guys. What do you want to say?
I would advise the students that are coming to a new country to study, just clear your mind. Stuff will be hard. You just gotta work hard for it. Clear your mind. Things will get better. Once you start your path, things will get better. If you have a dream, just follow it. It will happen one day. Just keep working hard for it. It will happen, believe me.
For me, I would like to thank Columbia College for the help they provided me and for everything. Without the bursary program, I would not be what I'm at today. And for anyone still attending Columbia College, focus on what your teacher says. Go to see the counselor. Use the resources the Columbia College team provide us. We have a lot of resources available in Columbia College. Make use of them and don't overwhelm yourself, because I know we're coming from a culture where study. You have to finish. You have to do it. You have to there's a lot of pressure from the family. But just focus on what you're doing right. Focus on your if you're in English, focus on your English class, and the things will follow up. You have a lot of resources at your hand because people will be able to help you in the future. For people who just came to Canada, I hope that welcome for coming here, and hopefully you have a better life. I would suggest people just give yourself some time. Don't push yourself too hard. And if you're lucky to attend Columbia College, the rest will be easy. If you're not, just keep working hard. And
things will get better.
Yeah, just do it step by step. Don't overwhelm.
Don't rush. Yeah.
What did I say to you guys all the time? English first, right? Calm down. Let's just get your English first. Okay, then it's math, then it's whatever. And I know in the beginning everyone pushes, right? Like, I want to go. But you guys, I think, really summarized it there. Is take the time for yourself, right? Be selfish a little bit and follow your dreams and do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be fun and it's not going to be easy, right?
Yeah, you gotta work hard for it.
Yeah, no, you guys work super hard. You're so fortunate. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can end up like what we did. So we are like in 3 stages. He's in the early stages, he's in the middle, and I'm almost towards the end. So you can see what the past would look like.
Yeah, and in the future there'll be a wedding to look forward to, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's exciting. Okay, guys, thank you so much for sitting down with me. As always, please, once the doors reopen, come back and see us. I know I'm still in communication with Imad a lot, and I thank you guys for the support you've given to other Syrians. Because as you know, this program is still running. We have an ongoing, circle of this program, and we're actually just in the process of expanding it. So we are opening our foundation this year, and we are going to really be opening and pushing quite a bit more for more equitable access to education, right? And removing some of these barriers for students like yourself that you've already had to overcome so much, right? And you did it, you worked hard. So it's our goal to keep helping you guys, but at the end of the day, you did it. We didn't, right? We just provided you the tools and you built the house, right?
Awesome. Thank you for the hard work, guys. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you guys so much. It's so good to talk to you. And we will speak to you soon, okay?
See you
Thanks a
soon.
lot. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.